confident victory of Virtus.pro in the game number 1 with their Luna lineup. Team Empire should come up with some kind of a trick how to deal with the bears this time. They're getting rid of the Shadow Demon, which Virtus.pro loved to pick up previously. They love to play it with Luna. They don't want this to happen anymore. And they're starting out with the Void. Void and Ancient Apparition, good old combination, works out 10 out of 10 every single time. Just press double R, everybody are stunned, everything is secured, easy to pull off, works like magic. Great strat, insane lane with Ancient Apparition, zoning out almost anyone. Also Void in whatever position he is, most likely maybe carry. We will see him in a position of carry so he can get fast items. He got a lot of right click attack. He can easily trade hits with almost any single one offlaner. It's quite evasive. Later on in the game he will have a backtrack. Hello, Dota back into the, like, in 2013, 14, I guess. Thanks for this feature, Gaben. And Virtus.pro starting out with Tiny and Ogre Magi. I guess that's an Ogre Magi for solo. Most likely on a position 5. Yet this Tiny, is it going to be a carry Tiny with the Mask of Madness on Jinyasha, this kind of a lineup? Or it's going to be a position 4 Tiny? He will roam around, try to do something.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe get some kills early on. He doesn't need that much, and with this new tree pickup, he got a considerable amount of burst. Also, he can farm up his items quite fast with it. We'll see how will it work out, since Ancient Apparition, for example, is kind of a very squishy support. He this is that kind of a support who can't even play defensively. Ancient Apparition is this kind of a support who constantly need to pressure the opponent offlaner, constantly run around somewhere, get kills, get his utility items. Maybe it's going to be some kind of an Aghanim Scepter fast, or it's going to be Urn of Shadows, which will like be added up later on with the Force Staff of Gleam Escape or something like that, which can be utilized, which can help their team. Yet I'm waiting for more combinations, probably, into this Chronosphere, what is going to be there. Maybe even a Death Prophet seems like a good mid laner for Team Empire. This is a good old classical combo with the Chronosphere and Death Prophet ult, plus she got a Spirit Siphon, so whenever Ogre Magi or anyone, any kind of a melee support tries to gank DP in the mid lane, most likely it will end up in a kill for kill situation. And here comes the Spirit Breaker, good old combination. Team Empire are playing pretty much the previous patch when Ancient Apparition Spirit Breaker was a super popular pickup, and it's understandable. A great global presence with the Spirit Breaker constantly pressuring the lanes. Ogre Magi can kind of contest with Spirit Breaker in terms of the trading hits. Yet Spirit Breaker offers much more control, I guess, not that much of a harassment, yet it is easier to make kills. With the Spirit Breaker, plus he can change his position quite fast, place pressure on all the lanes, and you need to play a bit more safe, because you never know where the Spirit Breaker will come out of. Virtus.pro started out with a tiny Ogre Magi opening. We still don't know if it is position 5 or it's going to be a core tiny for them. And I'm waiting for some kind of a heavy right clicker from side of a Virtus.pro to pair it up with Ogre Magi. It is not necessary, yet pretty sweet. Yet they also need to take care of their mid laner. It's going to be Venge. Interesting, is it Venge for Ramses? That's the question. Because I don't really see her as position 4 Venge. I guess Virtus.pro will go for some kind of an aggressive lineup, and once again Gyro for Silent. They still believe that this hero will work out for them. Let's hope that it will. Previously, even though he got a lot of farm, he couldn't do anything against this super farmed Luna.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, even though he was on top of the network for a very long time.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe this game they got some kind of another plan. They still got a lot of heroes who kind of apply a lot of pressure early on. We also saw amazing rotations from the side of Team Empire supports, especially by Vanscore early on in the game, providing a lot of kills for their team, but they just fell back too hard. Didn't manage to shut down Luna, and Ramses with his greedy build managed to get too much for the comfort. Farmed all the jungle, stole the ancient stacks, which was super important in the previous game, and let's see what they will do in this one. They're still missing, most likely, the offlaner. But maybe there will be an aggressive tri-lane, actually. I'm not sure if it is a good idea against Edge Operation Spiritberg and Gyro, I must say. But it is actually quite manageable. Not that much time left for Virtus Pro, though. And it feels like they're pretty confused. Silencer. Interesting choice. So far, lineup from Virtus Pro can be put in any way. We can see a core Silence, we can see a core Vengeful Spirit. Also Tiny may both roam and farm either on the mid lane or in carry position, which people are playing at least in pubs lately. And it feels like Team Empire are kind of a puzzled. They already revealed their strat, it's pretty straightforward. We run in, we press R, you die. It's easy. Their lanes are strong, all their lanes are strong. Faceless Void probably can't apply that much pressure, yet he is pretty hard to kill. That may be the case. I guess he will go in the off lane. Or also, they can try to get some kind of an aggressive lane and try to crush the lane from side of a Virtus Pro with Gyro and Spirit Breaker should be quite easy, especially with that amount of burst which they provide early on. A lot of control, and the only hero which is kind of an easy to kill in this situation is an AA, but I guess Vanscore, he's an experienced player, he will try to stay away from the fight somewhere on the side, so it shouldn't be that easy to kill. Yeah, Team Empire doesn't know what to ban, because it possibly can be anything, literally. All the heroes from side of a Virtus Pro, they're actually not that greedy, they don't need that much to kill and apply pressure early on. They're also strong laners, they're pretty annoying. Silencer, for example, most likely will be in a mid position. I'm not sure about this one. So far I predict maybe Tiny as a position 4, Ogra as 5, carry Vengeance, Silencer in the mid lane, and they will pick up something for the off lane. Yet, they're making Team Empire think a lot, and it feels like something is crumbling inside of a Team Empire. They picked their 4 heroes so fast, they got everything in their mind, they knew what they want to pick, and they're getting rid of Night Stalker. They believe that it's going to be for Tiny, I believe. They don't want to see Lil on Night Stalker. It brought so much trouble previously in the previous game. Also, when you don't have any kind of a vision, it's hard to play with their combo plus silence on Faceless Void.
5 seconds remaining.
It's hard to deal with in their situation. Also, it's the same situation as when you're playing Void against Ricky. Viper being banned out, they don't want a strong mid lane for Team Empire, and Puck is the last pick for Virtus Pro. That's an interesting lineup, super versatile. They can adjust their lineup as much as they please. They can put Puck, for example, into both
10 seconds remaining.
In the both mid lane position and the off lane position, for example. They can run with the core Silencer on the mid lane, carry Venge, for example. They can rotate it as much as they want. Very versatile, yet very early and mid game oriented lineup, I must say. Thing is, for Virtus Pro, if they don't manage to win their lanes, if they don't manage to snowball a little bit from it, get an additional int on Silencer, and if they won't fight around the global, it may cause major issues for them. And here comes Tidehunter in the off lane for Team Empire. Both teams should fight around the clock, and it's going to be a carry Vengeful Spirit and no one as Tiny in the mid lane support, Silence a position 4, and Pasha in the off lane as Puck. Let's see how it will work out. Majority of the spells are somewhat around the same timing as the silence, global silence on Lil. So if Virtus Pro will pay a very close attention to the clock, they got all the chances in the world to make this game easy, but it feels like he will be a very easy target to kill. They will try to focus him as early as they can. Let's see how it will go. And I remind once again, my name is Vatte, you can find me at Vatte Dota, and let's roll into amazing game of Dota 2. Both teams are wishing good luck, and let's see how will it go. So far probably I like the Team Empire pick a little bit more, and they're going with a very interesting strat, so it's going to be a mid lane gyrocopter. Very interesting decision. All their heroes can stand on their own, which means that both Vanscore and Miposh can roam around as much as they please, try to get kills on someone like Venge, maybe even Silencer. Silence is a pretty easy kill. Should be quite easy. Solo is blocking creeps for Pasha. Actually, oh, for Pasha, I'm very sorry. Blocking the creeps for his mid laner, for Tiny. Yet I'm actually so confused. Wait a second, is it going to be a Venge mid? Yeah, I got actually tricked by myself, and no one will play Tiny in a carry position. He will play against Tidehunter in the offlane. That's actually an interesting decision. Interesting decision by both of the teams. Picks happened out of nowhere. And let's see who will get the first deny or last hit on the mid lane. FN is already running towards the mid lane. I guess Venge may get first deny, yet Jarkov to get a slightly better attack animation, I guess, if you're used to it, and there is not that much of a difference in the right click damage. And also FN manages to get a better block in the beginning of the game, instantly harasses Ramses and pushing out the lane so he can normalize it later on. And here it comes, the first last hit comes for Gyro. Meanwhile on the top lane, Ghostic is getting rid of Lil. Lil can't really fight against him, and he also skilled Glaives of Wisdom level 1. Ramses is suffering considerably, getting stunned on Gyro. He got plenty of regen, at least to force the self later on. Let's take a look how things are going in the bottom lane. Pasha already lost half of his HP, yet he got plenty of regen. He got up a Noble Phantom to trade hits with Ancient Operation, I assume. Enemy Poshka still didn't skill anything. He's ready to either charge somewhere or skill Bash in a clutch situation. Probably pray for some lucky bashes on Ramses. And finally, with level 2, Lil doesn't have any troubles anymore zoning out Ghostic, using all the HP, and now coming back to the crypts is scary. He started out with the Kraken Shell, thanks for some kind of survivability. Solo tries to help Ramses in the mid lane, yet it feels like he's losing this war. He got 8 armor, probably he's not dying that easily, as Mimposhka does. But now it's time to skill the charge and a bash. This ward most likely will be dewarded almost instantly. Solo must see that, and here comes the stun. Solo actually baiting in Miposhka. He still got a charge of darkness. Oh, stun! Very last second, and it's going to be a first blood for Ramses. Lil didn't manage to get a any kind of an int. That's unfortunate, but at least getting a first blood as a mid laner is super important. Getting a bit of an advantage. Double damage. Solo stunning Gyrocopter. He still got his barrage. He's ready to fight back. There is a charge on Ramsey. Solo fighting till the very end. There is 4 HP! Surviving on 2! Gyro is simply impossible. Solo decided not to dive. He probably expected something else, that he will be bursted down in the woods. Yet was it a wise choice? And now FN uses his Sango, using his flask, and one lucky bash on Solo, and that's a kill. Bash on the high ground, probably saving Solo's life, and now he's running away. Here comes the pause. Ready to fight back. Let's take a look at how things are going. Tidehunter got no way of standing on that lane anymore. Lil is doing an amazing job zoning him out. And on the bottom lane, Pasha is already level 3. Almost level 4. Pretty much in the same situation as the Tidehunter, yet Tide always get a possibility to go back to jungle, and Puck probably needs to be more active on the lane. Silent gets a little bit less creeps than no one. Yet look at this, how easily they're zoning out Ghostic, and he's swimming away, smiling and realizing, God, I wish there was an Iron Talon now in this game. And he had to buy himself an additional set of tangles. Meanwhile, Ramsey is allowing himself to be harassed too much, biting in. Solo getting in. Here comes the stun. Another stun. Ramsey is charged. Most likely he will die here. He needs to run, yet Evan survives on a very low HP. Solo chasing till the very end, and Miposhka is going for that kill. There is no mana on Vengeful Spirit. He is trying to get his clarity off. He is dead, most likely. Bash finishing off Ramses under his tier 2, but Lil is avenging his teammate. Here comes Pasha. No way you will get away with this.
Bounty.
Ramses is back to the lane, and that's the question, what was actually worse? Dying once or now having to walk, lose experience? He actually didn't lose that much. Back of the Crypts was under the tower, and Ramses is constantly being pressured. He got a double Wraith Band for the Hurricane Pike later on, and probably for Aquila. Meanwhile, Pasha is dying on the bottom lane, trading for land score, and charge got cancelled. Meanwhile, Solo got almost no mana, yet he keeps on running around. He got even no wood. Now he will put it there to defend his carry. Charge on Ramses. There are 3 men on the mid, and there is no way he will be able to survive this. Ramses is a dead man, and that's his second death. They're leaving the kill for FN. Actually, Miposhka somehow manages to get it with Obo Venom, and now he's getting a harassment by Venge instead. On the bottom lane, Silent is dropping fairly low in the HP. There is a cooldown on Ob, and still, pack of tangos. Pasha probably could burst him, yet Space's Ward is reaching too fast. Also, you got his Time Walk, and that may be a clutch play. There is also a Bounty run. Soon he will be level 6, and killing Puck will be a piece of cake. Also, Puck started off with the face boots, and it doesn't seem like Vanskor is able to trade hits with him anymore. Yet he is ready to go in. He's in a cold fit. Pasha flying away, not even being frozen yet. There is a shrine available. Probably he will pop it with Solo, who is on a fairly low mana now. Solo provides some vision for his teammate, and I guess they shouldn't expect any kind of action on the top lane. Tiny was free farming for too much, and Silent, who is actually putting creeps behind, may want to utilize his Chronosphere and try to kill no one, who gets a lot of farm on the top lane now. Yet with this tree buff on Tiny, he farms with an insane speed now.
Illusion.
Even gets his illusion. Puck is almost level 6, and Vanskor should be careful. Silence on Void. Here comes the charge on Pasha, and that's a dead Puck. Most likely he still got his face boots. He can't TP out. He knows there are bashes, and actually Miposhka cancelling the charge. It will be available in 2 seconds. They're securing the kill. Pasha is a dead man, most likely. No? They actually don't want to kill him. They're waiting for a better possibility. Okay. So there were 2 attempts to kill Pasha. They didn't manage to get a single one. I guess they were waiting for the better opportunity, or didn't believe that they can kill him with the orb available, try to force it, yet didn't work out. Instead they're going for a kill on FN now. Ramses starting out with a stun, there is a charge on solo, Lil is also joining in, Jarakopter is still level 5, there is nothing to help him and he is dead for the last hit and loses to Int. Meanwhile, Miposhka is keep on fighting solo, got 9 armor, he can tank this tower all day every day, and Vanskor is also going in trying to get a kill on Ramses at least, who is also taking the tower, yet damage is simply not enough. 3-5 in favor of Virtus.pro. Let's take a look at the net worth graph. Tiny is 1k gold, minute 7 ahead of the Faceless Void. Question is what kind of a build we will see on Silent. Will it be a Battle Fury Void who will farm a lot, try to keep up with the farm? Should be quite great, and look at this. Minute 7, almost 8. Tier 1 on top, almost dead, and there's the Freeman smoke on the mid lane, and FN will be pressured once again. He's standing in the middle. He knows Revenge is ready to hunt him down. There's also Miposhka, TP from Tidehunter. Waiting for a charge on Lil. He should be a dead man if Miposhka will charge him, yet he is hiding behind the woods. And now, Ghostic doesn't have a TP. Charge on Tiny, there is nothing to help him. There is no global, nothing which can save him, yet there is an amazing toss. Well played. Well played, says no one. No Ravage used. Saving himself. And next item Tiny will get is Echo Saber, solving his issues with mana. Also gives him some ability to burst targets faster and also grants some survivability. Silent meanwhile is level 7 and even Pasha is ahead of him in farm. Question is what we will see. Will we see a Blink Dagger or some kind of a Veil? Oh, tossing a Lil on Miposhka, there is nothing to finish him off and he's simply tipping away. Yet Spirit Breaker is neutralized for quite a while. Also got no TP, he can join fight somewhere and probably they want to kill Ramses. Here comes the charge on him.
Radiant's middle tower
There's level 6 on Gyro. Already. Ramses, he is standing on the enemy high ground and he needs to be careful, but nothing will save him if they will actually commit till the very end. Miposhka cancelling in the charge midway in the river. He knows that any kind of a safe TPs and they're all dead. Let's see, still Severance is not up on Silent. He's farming quite poorly while Lil is finally essentially some XP on the lane and no one is farming Ancients with his new tree. He maxed it out. Farming speed is absolutely great. Almost completed his Echo Saber. What we will see later on, some kind of a Silver Edge probably, maybe Blink Dagger, yet in these situations most of the Tinies are picking up Shadow Blade, which actually may do quite a lot. Yet there is a stun. There's a stun available on Necromagia. He also got his Invis rune. Vanskor should be an easy target. He got only 600 HP, yet they're standing under the tower. There is a Chronosphere available. 3 men from side of a Virtus.pro waiting for a kill, and both Silent and Vanskor are tipping out, and instead they're going for Lil. He just got his level 6, and it's going to be an easy kill. Ghostic angrily swimming towards Lil, ready to finish him off, yet he's running under the tower and there will be no way of saving him there. Virtus.pro saying goodbye to their humble support, seeing 3 men on top. Actually, is there a turn? Chronosphere committed very last second. Can anyone upgrade the career? That's the reaction from the Virtus.pro, and they know that there is no Chronosphere, nothing to be afraid of. They can keep on pushing calmly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Echo
tower
Saber completed on Tiny. Interesting what he will put in a quick while later on. Perseverance also up. Echo Saber, nothing really new here. Yet Tidehunter is going for mech. I assume already completed it, waiting for his arcane boots, and no, they're trading tier 2 for tier 1. Virtus.pro are not ready to leave the bottom lane, and with Vengeful Spirit, 3 points in Vengeance Aura and Bloodlust, which is actually in 3. Towers are going down fast. Chronosphere is down. Vanskor already committed his Ice Blast. Now Virtus.pro should be more careful, yet will they try to defend this? No, they're actually letting it go. It's just a tier 1 minute 12.
Dire's
All
top
threats
tower
completed on
has
Lilt. He
fallen.
knows that he needs a little bit more survivability, probably more right click. Yet the question is what we will see later on. What do they want to see? Some kind of a glimmer escape or anything? But instead he's going for Rod of Atos, and I guess all the other kind of support items are the task for Solo, who is actually running around with a boot. He's almost on the bottom of the net worth and not that much he can do. That's a classic Solo Ogre running around, no items, still being insanely useful with the maxed out Bloodlust. Venge is farming quite fast. He completed his phase booth later on. Hopefully with this Wraith Band will turn into Hurricane Pike, and soon Mask of Madness will be completed. Meanwhile, Tiny, instead of going for some kind of an aggressive item like Shadow Blade, he is going for BKB. There is an insane amount of the magical damage from side of an Empire and not that much physical early on, so I can completely understand his logic. And as soon as he got his BKB early on in the game, if he will get it early, he's just immortal in that regard. Will meanwhile managed to get his Bracer, and both teams are kind of relaxed, farming up a little bit, and they know that